all in the office after a fantastic golf outing on Friday. Thanks to so many of you for playing, and I guess I could jump straight into gratitude. Yeah, there we are. How perfect. Yeah, grateful to Mike, grateful to Marcy, grateful to many on the culture committee, grateful to our sponsors, many of whom are in the room as well. It was a great day, beautiful event. Thank you all. So gratitude there. What else can we care about? What else can we celebrate? Who else can we be grateful for? Whose team won this weekend? Not you don't have jerseys, so I can't respect it. Oh, man, the number of unique statistics I've seen about the ways that the Browns have lost it's just amazing.
The Steelers won?
Yeah.
34-32.
Yeah, that's right, that's right. Football's back. What else? Other points of gratitude? Tara.
So I am extremely thankful for our admin Lori
Hmm.
up here. With the green on, she is amazing, super funny. She's a very positive influence and she doesn't help us. Obviously, you know, we were going through a lot of family stuff this summer and she was really helpful in helping us stay on track.
Mhm.
Very
You
good.
can do everything until you can't do everything, or when you've got someone in your world who can do
Yes,
almost everything, so that makes a big difference.
yes.
Here. Who else? That's right. That is so impressive. Well, I will keep us moving because we have plenty of ground to cover today. Best Zoom experience do these things. Zoom friends, of whom I'm assuming there are quite a few, because there typically are. Don't spam folks, always follow the TCPA when doing your outreach. Ashley, are you helping us welcome new agents today? I believe you are.
So August was a month of nothing but onboards, which is great. We welcomed a brand new team, which is JC and Associates. So we have Justin, Luke,
In
Pete,
the room,
Ed.
Justin.
and Alexia. And then we are welcoming Zach Laird, who went to PC. John Griffith went to the Ross team. Lori Hooper, Stacy Soho went to Tusk PC. Alexandra Lacorte and Jennifer Bruce.
Alexandra, I love, I'm sad that you're not donning that today. Yeah, exactly.
She wanted to wear her turkey outfit, but I said no.
So you gotta tell us the significance of the turkey, because I know, but not everybody would know.
Oh, I direct a nonprofit Thanksgiving Heroes.
Thanksgiving heroes, so turkeys are a big part of your life. We're grateful for them. Awesome. Welcome all. Welcome Justin, who's in the room. I don't know if anyone else from your team is in the room, but we're glad to have you.
Thank you.
For those that have wondered or curious about a cryptic post that I made a while back, we are making steps towards establishing an office in Alliance. So Justin and his team operate out of Alliance, but our growth in that area is not exclusive to Justin and his team. So we're excited about that. And if you know folks that live out that way, the vision is for the office to be a place that anyone who's out that way can utilize and swing by and print and meet a client and all of those good things. So we're excited about that growth. Cassandra, come on up with her Bengals gear.
I grew up down there.
Controversial.
My fault that the Browns chose to Browns this. That wasn't me.
Such a Browns thing.
Yeah.
So cute.
So August profit share was $35,843, which puts our 2025 total over 277,000, and we are number 22 in KW here today.
Third in the region, 22 in all of KW.
Yeah.
So we'll take it.
Not Brownsing it up.
Not Browns. Don't jinx us, but not yet. Browns did.
And our August cappers, I think we have a couple in here. Megan's around. She's not in here. We've got Megan Eckstein, Nick Rock, who I know I saw, and Storm and Elizabeth Ross.
And
Also,
Okay, just those three, let's get ahead.
and our August top producers, wow. Great job. This is a huge list. We have also, if you didn't see it on your way in, added a TV out in the hallway with your headshots. So if you wanna see your face with your name on a top producer slide, it's out there. So there.
That's a lot of people. Stand if you were a top producer in August, so we can celebrate you. I want you to stand up, Sam. No shame. I think the people who are conveniently already standing in the back, check the box as well, so it just works. That is awesome. Yeah, you've heard me say it so many times, but this is when people ask, how's the market right now? I'm just like, depends on what you're looking to do and on what price point you're looking to do it. It's becoming a better time to be a buyer than it has been. In other parts of the country, it's really become a better time to be a buyer than a seller, and here it's very, very touch and go. So the skill necessary in order to win in this market is higher than it has been, and you've heard me say that for months now, but that's no less true, and I foresee that not being less true moving into the coming months, which is good news for those of you who work hard to try to get better. For those of you who don't, let's talk, because there's opportunity there. Now I need this room. Our fine broker, Mr. Rich Cosgrove, Jersey list, but let's give him a hand as he comes.
I wear my own jersey, I don't know, I represent myself. Let's see. Title AVAs, where is our wonderful title rep this morning? Is she here? She is.
You were gonna come up there?
Yes, I do.
Oh, busted.
Yeah, so this is happening over and over again, so we're gonna do a little bit of a skit here to say what you're doing wrong, so. Let's see, all right,
Title
so.
rep with the tiniest Starbucks cup ever.
We just talked about this, yes.
So good.
Is that-
Oh,
3 shots of
Is that a
espresso and you
shot?
can't
three,
Not
yeah.
that
Not that I. It's so good. Alright.
Yep, that's great.
Those can do it.
Starbucks commercial, there you go.
Oh,
Okay,
sorry,
so
sorry.
I received an ABA from a different company that is also with American Title Solutions, and I represent the seller. The buyer's agent sent me theirs and I received it, so I went ahead and I said, oh, good, I don't have to get mine signed, I'm just gonna have my seller sign this one. And I bring,
Red flag.
so tell me, what is the proper procedure on this?
Well, I'm so glad you asked, Rich. So proper procedure. So the intent is to have full disclosure for whoever would be receiving any kind of monetary compensation from the company. So Keller Williams Legacy is a partner, and if you are a partner as well, so if you sign paperwork with us, you would have your name on your disclosure. So your clients have to sign your ABA or the KW Legacy ABA disclosure. Partner on the other side, the co-broke, if they're a partner with American Title Solutions, their client will sign their ABA. So we'll have 2 ABAs. Now, legally, you guys don't have to sign each other's, because that's a lot. The law just says your clients have to sign yours.
And what happens if we don't turn those in?
We legally cannot start title work. This is a $10,000 fine that we would get if we got audited and we got caught. So unless you would like to pay that $10,000 fine, no, we would never, we just can't. We legally cannot start title work. So this is a really, really big deal. So when our office is calling you, emailing you, bugging you, hey, the ABA, we really need that ABA. It is like top 10 or top tier level importance that we need it.
Jose?
Did you say only your client has to sign yours, or does the other person has to sign?
No.
So legally, only your client has to sign yours. Now, do we like it when they sign each other's? Yes, but from a pure legal perspective, just your client has to sign yours.
But they also won't start the title work unless yours is signed by your client.
Yes.
That's the biggest thing,
Yes.
that's the biggest takeaway here.
Yes.
And I have to give a shout out because we did have an agent that was not aware of it. That's okay, that's why we're saying that today, but also to say. ATS got this deal, it was what, Labor Day weekend, the agent wrote a 10-day cash closing, which they don't want anyway, I think you want a 14-day cash closing.
We can do it in 10 days.
Well, they did it in 6.
Wow.
So kudos to you guys.
Yeah.
They jumped on it and did it, but the title work was not started because we had dropped the ball and not had that signed. So just make sure you're getting ours signed or yours signed if you are with American Title Solutions, because they can't start title work without it.
And if you're with no one, then you are with American Title Solutions through the brokerage.
Yes,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, and there is a non-member or partner ABA in .loop for you to have signed.
Yes, and if you have questions or if you're unsure, call Sam, call me, call the office, we'll make sure that you know what you need to be doing.
And if you're not with ATSY.
We should talk.
All right, thanks. Thanks for the shot, yeah. All right, so we made some additions to the purchase agreement. You may have seen that first thing this morning. It's been updated. We did add American Title Solutions in there or blank. So we are compliant, but we are adding that back in. We also made some other updates to the purchase agreement. I can't read my own writing. Co-agent. So a lot of times you guys have co-agents or teams or whatever. So on the last page, we have added a co-agent on there. If we have to add anything else to our purchase agreement, it will go from 6 pages to 7 pages. So I'm just telling you now, like.
Don't be that guy.
Whatever it is that you like or don't like, that's fine, but if you're the people that make us go to 7 pages, it's all your fault. I didn't do it.
It'll be your name on that.
It'll be your name, yeah. This is because of Jose. So, all right, and then the other thing that we added to that is, the buyer broker compensation agreement. So our legal counsel has said that it can't be part of the purchase agreement, but as a courtesy to you all, it is now the last page with the purchase agreement. Our purchase agreement still stops at page 6 of 6, but there are 7 pages under the purchase agreement, and that is because we added the buyer broker compensation agreement. So you're not forgetting it, and it's just convenient for you. Okay, so you don't have to add it again, it's already in there. So we've updated that. And then buyer agency, dual agency, we're just gonna talk for a minute is, you know, sometimes it's not the best to be a dual agent. It doesn't mean when you're a dual agent that you automatically get the compensation from being a dual agent. You can still not represent a client and get paid. So what I mean by that is I've had a lot of calls about people saying, well, hey, this for sale by owner, we wrote an offer on it, but I'm gonna go ahead and be a dual agent and I'm gonna represent that seller too. Well, if you do, you need a listing agreement, which has to be signed before the purchase agreement. And also it may not be in your best interest, because if you have not been in that house, spoke with that client, understand the property, and you're representing them, what happens if there's a sewer backup that the seller chose not to ever talk to you about or disclose? You're kind of putting yourself into a legal battle that you don't want to be in. So if you don't have to represent a party, don't represent them. That doesn't mean that you can't still increase your commission or get paid from the seller. So just throwing it out there. You don't always have to be a dual agent. Okay.
So if you don't want to be a dual agent, but you want to increase your commission, you just have to have the seller sign an addendum that states.
Well, you can't get paid more than what's on your buyer agency agreement. So if you have 3.5% on there, but you want the seller to pay 3% of it and your buyer to pay 0.5%, you still don't need to represent the seller and can get paid by the
So I
seller.
just mean on the flip side, if you're listing and you're representing the listing side, and then a buyer comes along and they want to represent themselves, but the seller's already agreeable to paying whatever commission out for it. But then would you have to change the listing agreement to reflect, instead of the listing commission being, X%, it's now gonna be this percent.
That's already on.
It should be in there. Our listing agreement has 3 different tiers of how.
Unrepresented buyer
Yeah.
option.
Yeah, so that's what you meant by, you can still make more commission on the listing side.
Right, the listing side, you have the ability to control what you're making on the listing side in the listing agreement. And that's why we designed it that way, is so that you can negotiate on your own behalf.
Right.
Hopefully that answers.
Yeah,
that.
that makes sense.
Okay, and the last thing is we are working on a vacant land exclusive right to sell agreement, so that you're not using the residential one, so that's something that's coming, and an inducement, commission inducement form. I had a call the other day from an agent said, I need to reduce my commission by $1,500 to make this deal go through. Hey, great, something is better than nothing, but you have to reduce your commission. That is an inducement into the sale that both parties, the buyer and seller, have to sign. So we've got that form coming for you as well. So you're not pretending to be Mr. or Mrs. Attorney and write up an addendum for it. So we are working on those. If you guys think of any other forms as you're practicing out there and you think that we need it, let me know, because chances are if you need it and we don't have it, there might be another agent that needs it.
Is the commission inducement form only for the seller, like the listing agent, because the buyer agent is recovered on the commission agreement form, right?
Typically, they are covered by their buyer broker compensation agreement, but let's say you get down to the end and you have to make things work for some reason. You've already negotiated the listing commission, the listing agreement, you've negotiated the buyers, agent commission in the buyer broker compensation agreement. But you still need to make an adjustment either on the buy side or the list side, no matter who's paying you. That would be a reduction of commission form that would need to be signed. It is an inducement because you are reducing your commission to make the buyer or the seller continue with the sale. Yeah, so it would be necessary. Yep,
How about a vacant land disclosure?
we have that. Yep, it's in there. But thanks for telling yourself.
She's drawing up her own.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thanks, Ray. Appreciate it. All right, we have some friends with Fairway who are gonna come up. As mentioned last month, we were partnering with Rate. You guys met Brad and Keith last month, or saw them fresh last month, and we've added Fairway Home Mortgage to the mix as well. So Jason and Carly, come on up and let's give them a hand. Jason, I gotta give special gratitude. He was an 11th hour addition to my foursome for the golf outing, and we used his ball like 99 out of the 100. No, I guess 68 out of the 70 strokes necessary. So
On the Lord sent me to.
Okay.
I
He
think
just flew down.
I'm not sure if you guys would have finished. Yeah, we're excited to be in here. We appreciate the opportunity. Kind of a funny story. I when I first started getting my feet wet in the business, I started working with Mercy Clee years ago. And so been working actually with a lot of agents out of here, and I just love, it's been awesome to see the growth that you guys have had. And we're just excited to be part of it. So I'm not sure what everything you had on the slide going here, but Carly put some stuff together here, but
Want me to move it?
yeah, go ahead, fire it up. Carly, you guys know Carly, right? A lot of you guys know Carly. So me and Carly, actually, she was one of the OGs that started working with me too. This was years ago as a real estate agent. And it's been really cool to see her business blossom when she was in real estate. We got to know each other over the years, and that's she ends up becoming good friends with my wife, and kind of the stars aligned. And now she came over here in January, and you guys have seen her, and she thinks it's important to show up for people. And so that's what we want to do for you. But couldn't be more excited to have Carly on board, and she's taking it to the next level. So this is the most important thing here. My family, not the statistics, okay? That's my why. I got in the business before back in 06. I failed miserably. Got out in 09, got back in 11, and luckily I met my wife, and she's the reason that everything that I do is for my family. So I really think it's important that family time and a work-life balance is so important. And we value everything we do as far as the pre-approvals go. We know that when you guys are taking time out of your busy schedules away from your family, we want to make sure we did our job up front. So you guys aren't getting under contract on something, showed somebody 50 houses away from your family, right? Away from your family time, only for that to not have been a deal. So 2 of the 3 dogs I love.
Oh, wow. I want to point out which ones he loves.
Which ones?
I mean, these 2 right here in my fave, that one right here. That's Lucy. Yeah, that's Lucy. Listen, Lucy's awesome. She's a great dog, but she sometimes are problems. I think the Lord sent me Lucy just how I was with my parents, But yeah, I've been married for 12 years. When you have a why that's so strong, you can't be stopped, and I truly believe that. So, but yeah, Carly's here to talk about the partnership and what she's here to bring to the table. Oh, I do want to point out, I am a Browns fan. I am a Buckeyes fan. I did hear, I don't know if this is true or not, the other lender partners are Michigan Wolverines fans. I can't confirm that to be true or not. That's just what I heard, so anyways. Go ahead.
Cliff texted me this morning or last night asking if today was Jersey Day, so I'm expecting him to bust through the wall with his Raiders jersey. they won, so, I mean, where's the at? That's awesome. Go ahead, Carly.
Okay, thank you. So first off, I'm just really excited to be back in this room and for the opportunity to be back working with all the Keller Williams Legacy agents. A little bit about what I do. So I'm the business development manager and I handle the marketing. We actually just hired a marketing coordinator, Brooke, so she'll be coming on board. You guys will get to meet her and get to know her as well. But really the focus is on, as a realtor for 12 years, it's like, how can we go past the contract to close? How can we create these partnerships and provide support and value to our realtor partners? And, you know, I was thinking about all the things that I spent my time and my money as a real estate agent, and I wanted to bring this value to our partners. So that includes branding and marketing. You know, we're here to help you stand out with consistent and elevated branding, right? Co-branded marketing material, social media content, custom flyers, open house, Canva templates. I know you guys are getting ready to do the Canva Enterprise, which Fairway has done something similar. We actually created an agent success service website. I might have shared it with a handful of agents in here, but it is a resource to our realtor partners. And you log into this site and you have access to hundreds of Canva templates. This is just listed, just sold. It's images for social media. There's B-rolls, there's carousels. We're continuously adding to this agent success service website. I'll probably email it to Amanda, how to access it and how to log in. That way she can send it out to everybody and you guys can look around, play around, but that is a tool for all of you. Also co-hosting and cross promotion. So we want to team up and help grow your presence in your network. So this would be collaborating on events and networking opportunities, promoting each other through joint branding on social media, creating high impact workshops or lunch and learn, CE classes, whether that's here. We have a new space we just moved into that's literally a stone throw away from here. We have an amazing CE room where we could do CE classes, workshops, events. We have a media room now where we can schedule and have you come in. We can shoot content with you. So also hosting community and charity and client appreciation events, because for me, when I was in real estate, that's where my heart lied, was within relationships and giving back and being in the community. So that's something that I'm very passionate about and want to help support our partners in as well. So
Cool. I forget if there's a next slide
Yes.
or not. I think there might be.
I also wanted to share about our Elevate classes. So every second Wednesday of the month, we do a social sales class, and the third Tuesday of the month. Today is a little different. It's actually this AI class, which kind of piggybacks on what Mark's going to be talking about today. But these are free agent facing classes with people who are in the real estate market. I don't know if anybody follows Chelsea Pites, but she's a huge real estate figure. She's a social media content strategist. She's really well known in the industry. So she's actually hopping on and talking about what smart creators are doing with AI when it pertains to the real estate market. And then we have a power hour that will be about clear video strategies. I will also send you a link to this. This is also a free resource to our realtor partners. And so we could even host something in here monthly. If somebody wanted to get together, we could bring in food and watch these videos together. They are live, but we have recordings. I think I might have shared a recording with
Yeah,
you
you did.
before on
Yep.
something.
Yep.
So, but yeah, I wanted to touch on this as well.
Cool.
And then most importantly, kind of going back to the community, we have this amazing event. Whoever was at the golf outing, we tried to promote and hand out flyers to everybody. But this is our American Warrior Initiative. At Fairway, we have a couple nonprofits. We have our Fairway Foundation that gives back in need when there's a natural disaster. We have Fairway Cares, where we send personalized gift boxes to people who maybe lost a loved one, just got diagnosed with an illness. This is available to our partners. You have a client or family or friend that's going through something, all you have to do is pick up the phone, reach out to me and let me know. We can send these personalized boxes through Fairway Cares. But lastly, we have the American Warrior Initiative that gives back to the military members and family. And this
particular event is going to be extremely incredible and impactful, and we'd love for everybody to attend. You will walk away with CE and a certification for working with military members and their families. You will hear from Kathy Bond. She's a Gold Star mother. Her son was a Navy SEAL who was killed in action. She's travels nationwide, sharing her story. She has a best-selling book. Everybody will get a copy of the book, but at the end, what's going to be really cool is you're going to witness a local veteran get a service dog. So we're going to be giving a service dog away at the event, and I got to witness this at our Fairway annual meeting in March, and there wasn't a dry eye in the room. So it's an incredible event. That you will walk away not only with a certification, but also just to be a part of such a meaningful day. So we would love for everybody to be there, and I'll send a video as well or post it in the Facebook group to share with everybody. It talks a little bit more about the.
Awesome.
So that's everything.
Appreciate you guys.
Did I was like,
She was worried about me.
Appreciate you guys. I'm glad I'm too worried about you. All right, AI, as Carly mentioned, I'm gonna talk, and then they've got some classes coming up that you guys can plug into. One of the things that I love about KW is how we think about technology from a perspective standpoint. I think there are those of us that nerd out on technology. Oh, let me get into it, but it doesn't actually change the way we live our lives in healthy ways. And then there are those of us who say, oh, I just think technology is bad and I'm just going to avoid it. KW's kind of Gary-driven perspective is agents that are tech-enabled and companies that are tech-enabled are going to thrive, but the best real estate experiences and the best real estate businesses will always have a highly human element. And so as we talk about AI, and if you're one of those ones who say like, I don't know, I encourage you to approach it with that posture. So this is kind of an overview class. Actually, show of hands, how many of you guys are engaging with AI on at least a weekly basis currently? Most hands in the room. I was expecting to see that. This is more of a foundation approach. What is it? What's it really looking to do, and how strategically can we use it to run smart real estate businesses? AI and Google are not the same thing, and many people are using AI like Google, and so this will take us a little bit deeper down the rabbit hole. So this is a glance at some of the things that we're going to be talking about. This is what we're going to be talking through is a kind of class that KW put together that they're saying, hey, we need to teach our agents to better understand how to utilize this as intelligently as possible. So mindset shift. I think I kind of hit on it already. We need to think about how it can power us, not how it can replace us. The things that we're fearful of, we don't take steps towards. And sometimes that's a good thing. We don't need to walk off the cliff necessarily. That's a good fear. That's said by someone who jumped off a cliff recently. Bad example. I was only sore for a day or two after that. But what does thoughtful engagement with this look like? Is kind of the notion here. So 7 myths of AI in real estate. Gary loves his myths. So myth number 1, AI has human-like understanding. It's just like another person on the other side. False. Pattern-based responses. So what AI does is it is scouring. It's a professional searcher to identify patterns of language and content and who said what said and how were things tied together. So patterns, not humans, which means doesn't have emotions. It's not going to empathize. You don't need to tell your deepest, darkest secrets and ask for a counselor necessarily, though some people do, and sometimes it's helpful. It's always accurate. Myth number 2, false, potential for errors, and that's an important CYA is we always need to fact check. Especially if you're someone who's using it like Google, go to the source. Myth number 3, you need to be a tech expert in order to utilize AI. No, there are those who are techie who are really going deep on AI. We have a few agents that are doing some amazing things as it relates to AI that we'll have a future session on. You don't need to be. They're designed to be user-friendly. I think the final one I'll hit, because you guys can read, is the last one. Myth number 7, there's ample time available to adopt to AI. it's like a hockey stick when we think about the growth that's happening, and AI was here over 2 years ago. Like it's not a brand new thing, but we're in the hockey stick moment. And if you're someone saying, I'm gonna wait until it all settles out, I think this is just a fad. My not so hot take is 2, 3, 4 years from now, you'll be like, the world's kind of passed me by. I don't want to overstate that, but now's the time to start engaging with it, but you can do so in thoughtful ways. There are kind of 2 major buckets of AI use, and we're going to be focusing on one of those today. As it relates to your real estate business. Bucket number 1 is how can I generate more business utilizing AI? There's some amazing cool things that you can do to actually generate leads and to create automation in your world to set appointments for you and for you to go on those appointments. We have agents that are doing it. We're not talking about that stuff today, sorry. Number 2 is to get stuff done. And you hear at KW, we talk about the 80-20 rule. You grow as you focus on the things that make the biggest difference in your world. And smart agents who are, maybe patting themselves on the back, I'm so busy, I've got everything going, there's kind of a pride in that. Like your business isn't growing when all you're doing is putting out fires. How might you utilize AI to help you systematize the repetitious stuff? Repetitious, that's a word? Yeah. Repetitive. So that you can focus more on your 20%, creating a more human experience. Large language models. So I'm not gonna nerd out too much here because we have still loads of ground to cover. Large language models is what AI is doing is it's scanning the world of available data and is kind of culling it for your sake. So as you think about kind of your relationship with the large language model, we picked the LLM, which I'll spend a minute on in a second. You're going to personalize your AI assistant with a master prompt. You're going to perfect your prompts and you're going to put those prompts into action. Here's a handful. When I talk about the hockey stick moment, there's a bajillion AI tools that are out there. Here's kind of 5 of the big ones that are probably the most useful. ChatGPT is probably the one that you're using. If you're using any, it's the one that I use. Not because I researched all of them, but because it's better to get started somewhere. Gemini, Claude, Perplexity, and Grok. I know, Christian, you like to use Grok. Described as an edgy brainstormer designed to be conversational, witty, and maybe even a bit controversial. I feel like that describes you, Christian. So it's just so there's a few. Pick one and go, but it's better to have 1 or 2 that you spend time with rather than I'm trying to do something everywhere, because Claude is not necessarily talking to GPT, which isn't necessarily talking to Gemini. One little plug as it relates to Gemini is that with KW, you have access to the Google Suite, and Gemini is built into that. So Gemini is already part of your world, whether you're utilizing that or not. One quick little aside as it relates to paid versions. When something's free, you're the product. Spoiler alert. I have yet to pay for any of these, and it's here, it's coming. If you're going to utilize it at all, you're going to need to pay for it. So just prepare for that. Nothing in life is free. Personalizing your AI system. So this is where it becomes a little bit more intentional than just the Google sort of approach. As this, it's not a human, but you're developing a relationship with your kind of AI assistant who needs to understand you, how you're wired, what's important to you, what's going on in your life. So AI acts with memory like an executive assistant. And I'm sure some of you have had this experience, like my AI will refer back to things that I've talked about months ago. Hey, as you said, this is important to you, so let's make sure we factor this into the decision. I'm using ChatGPT to like process, it's like a conversation partner for decisions almost daily at this point. So step 1, identify your preferred communication style. Who's going for Gen Z there? Who wants to talk with their Gen Z little brother? I don't do this personally, but I know agents who do, who say, hey, I might come across a little harsh sometimes. I've been told that. So I'm gonna actually just throw my message into ChatGPT and ask it to be a little more gentle. And so that's a choice that you can make. But the communication style is with you. What do I respond best to? Do I need it broken down? Do I need detail, or do I just need it to the point? And so that's a step that a lot of people skip. Step number 2, add custom personal insights. So an exercise that my coach had me do is basically, Mark, like, give ChatGPT your biography. Who's in your life? Who's your kids? What are you involved in? What are your interests? What are your personal goals? What are your business goals? All of that stuff. And you're just giving it data as you kind of engage with it moving forward. He then encouraged me. So I gave it my biography, and then I said, what are 25 questions that you have for me that will help, help you to better get to know me, which is kind of a weird thing. It's like a first date sort of thing. What's that?
It's BD.
Yeah,
Did it swipe left?
it didn't tell me. Took a few days to process after that, so I don't know. Business, obviously, like, so there's the personal side, and that's important because you're not just gonna be utilizing this for real estate, but as you think about your business, what are your biggest business pain points? What are your goals? What are the business metrics that you track? What are the tools that you utilize? The more that you give it, the smarter it's going to be for you moving forward. Perfecting your prompts. This is like, if you screen grab, for those of you who are zooming, this is, I think, one of the most helpful frameworks. Again, for those of us that are utilizing it like Google, this moves it from Google mode into how do I develop a relationship that creates kind of effectiveness in my life and in my business. So RICE is the acronym for your prompt. So role, when I'm thinking about something that needs to get done, explain who the assistant is, how it should communicate, and what its main goals are. So rather than saying develop give me a caption for this listing, it's a fine question. As my marketing manager, give me a 100-word description that would fit on Instagram in a playful tone to market this listing. It's effectively the same question, but it's going to be able to put on its hat as your marketing manager in the future if you're explaining its role. Instructions, tell the model what you want it to do and not to do. Set rules, give your directions, context, add any extra info like data it wouldn't already know. Put near the end. You may say, I don't want to sound like this, or here's something I want to be careful not to avoid. It's not going to violate fair housing laws, but you might want to make sure that you're putting that in as you write descriptions. And I've read some where I'm like, yeah, you probably should have double checked that before you copy and paste that. Examples, provide sample inputs of the ideal responses. One of the things that I've seen people use is, like, for example, Ken Pozek is a really great marketer, real estate agent in Orlando. He's kind of the king of Orlando. You could say, if you're looking to get more into video, you may say, hey, give me 10 video ideas utilizing Ken Pozek's presence with a more direct voice tailored for the Northeast Ohio population, as opposed to just what are 10 good real estate video ideas today. Just as an example. Questions about that? Thoughts about that? Cool. 7 prompt hacks. So again, this is a relationship. My favorite one is number 6, the blind spot hack. What am I missing? What didn't I put in here? What's the gap here? For those of you who went to the CCM event a couple of months ago now, where there was an AI specialist, the importance of understanding your brand presence. So this is a little bit of a sidestep. A really important exercise is, how does the internet see you? Yes, I can look up my Google reviews. Yes, I can look up how many Facebook followers I have, but how does AI understand me? So scan the web. What do you see about me, and what are the blind spots? Who am I not serving? What am I missing? Break down how I can take steps forward. So super helpful here to actually help you get smarter, not to just regurgitate Google mode. You can make AI work for you as it relates to recurring tasks. Is anyone doing this at this point? Hey, send me a reminder every Monday at this time to do this thing. Not yet. It can be used for that. It can send you prompts. We have an agent who is, hey, go to this website at this day, at this time, and pull the FSBOs. Pull their contact information, export it, like there's some pretty cool things you can do. You can do projects. There are voice recorded options. ChatGPT is not great if you're a heavy voice person, so Perplexity is the tool that they're gonna recommend. For that. Couple of parting notes and then we'll transition to Gina. So putting your prompts into action as you think about like, okay, yeah, this sounds helpful. I have been using it in the Google way, not in the like strategist way. So here are some frameworks. You know, Amanda always talks about a 36 touch plan. What should mine look like? You could create a 36 touch framework. You could create, hey, I want to do 52 weeks of social media posts that are fun, engaging, that mix this up. Your newsletter generator, which you guys don't really need because Amanda is an easy button for that if that's something that you want. But lots of things as it relates to marketing and client engagement. You can sharpen your skills through role play. And Christian just stepped out of the room, but I know Christian was using AI to role play. If you say, oh, I haven't practiced enough, like AI removes that as an excuse. Oh, I need to get more reps. Like it's not the same as talking to a real person, but they're using patterns to identify so that you could argue that they're actually better than a real person because they're going to be covering a broader swath of perspectives on an issue. Property and transaction support. There's lots that you can automate from a system standpoint there as well. I've utilized it to help make better financial decisions. Hey, here's what I'm looking to do. Wealth committee, we can talk about this next month if you want to. Here's what I'm looking to do. What am I missing? What are the blind spots here? There's some pretty cool things that you could do. For those of you who use a 411, which is a tool to get really clear on what do I need to focus on in my business right now? AI is very easily made for that. A couple compliance tips. If you're creating stuff, hey, I want to create a post, I want to create an image, etc. Be very wary of copyright law stuff. Hey, I'm going to use this picture and make it look this way. We're still in the very early ages of kind of the legal ramifications of content creation utilizing AI. So that's your CYA there. Protect client confidentiality. That's a tricky thing. Hey, I'm dealing with a difficult, like, I don't know if I would use it in that way at this point. So just some thoughts as it relates to being careful. Couple of quick next steps, then Gina, you're up. Pick one and start using it today. So if you're already in ChatGPT, stick with it. You don't need to go shopping. It's more about your utilization than it is about the tool, in my opinion. Personalize it with your master prompt, which is the download what's important to you, your goals, your life, your business. Don't just make it about your business, make it about what's important to you, your personal goals, which has been really helpful for me. Practice RICE, which is the role, the information, the context, and the examples. And then use it for one task this week. Is there one thing that I can automate? Is there one thing that I can gain perspective on with which to make better decisions? So that's a way to make it a bit more bite-sized as we move into the future. Caveat, as is hopefully clear, I'm not the expert on this. It's one of those like we're learning together, and choosing not to learn, I think, is a mistake in this moment. So we'll probably do more classes coming up just as we all step forward into the future together. Thank you. Gina, come on up. Gina, who's celebrating 8 years as our PC. That is amazing.
I'm excited to have you.
Yeah.
That also, you may have noticed if you've looked at the September calendar, this whole month has been really put together to celebrate people who are currently in PC and those of the past. So, so first I want to talk about Allison, and we want to celebrate her. She's been licensed just over a year and then quickly had a baby. And just this year alone, she really has had some great accomplishments. She has been licensed just over a year. She's graduated phase 1, is now in phase 2. She's closed 9 transactions for the buyer, closed 1 listing, and has a current listing pending right now.
She's on fire.
So she is really.
She's also top 20% for GCI in the brokerage.
There we go.
Amazing, I didn't know that. I didn't know that either, so that's awesome. Allison, I don't know if you're watching or not, but that's awesome, great job. And I hope Things that
said
she,
thank you.
okay, that she's gonna do here, so she's definitely one of those, I will say this, she always shows up. She was big and pregnant in here, showing up in person when she can't, now she has her little one at home, so she's still showing up on Zoom, she's watching the things that we're doing, she's listening to the classes. And she is putting all that into action, and now she's seeing some great results, so congratulations,
Funny how
Allison.
that works. Great job, Allison.
And so just to kind of touch on some other things, as I mentioned, September is all about agents from the present and agents from the past, so thank you so much to the agents who agreed to join me this month, and I just wanted to touch on a couple. Last week, we had Caitlin Shepherd and the Schvetlicks join me and talk about, you know, where was their path? What was the thing that got them to where they are now? And we had such a great class last week, learning all about the different things that Caitlin does with her SOI and her area target for where she wanted to do her business. Mike and Tara talking about all the phone calls that they make and all of the systematic things that they do to have grown their business. I was also really blown away yesterday with Mercedes. She had some amazing tips and tools. All the marketing that she does to grow her business, and looking forward to the rest of the month when we've got Hannah coming in to talk about social media and the things that she has done to grow her business through social media. As well as on Monday, the 22nd, we have Megan coming to talk about dual career. She was a dual career person when she started, and her goal was to become full-time. So I thought that was a relevant topic. We have a lot of people that are dual career, and she's gonna tell us how she did it, and we're doing it at 5:30. So I expect to see all those dual career people in attendance for that. And then we're wrapping up at the end of the month, and I'm so excited about this one. Eric is here. I know Jillian is not, hopefully you're on, but my first two people in coaching were Jillian Johnson and Eric Henry. And they stuck with me through those months that I had no idea what the hell I was doing in the coaching program. And we were just making it up as we go. So I appreciate that, and I love seeing their success. And so then we're gonna have a wrap party right after that on that Friday, the 26th. And we're going to be having some nice snacks, and anyone who has ever been in coaching or currently in coaching are invited to that. So I'm
Love it.
excited about the month.
Awesome.
Thank
Great
you so
job,
much.
Gina.
Thank you.
Really grateful. Ms. Donahue, how are you? Good.
How are you guys?
Great.
Cool. I'm gonna be awkward with it because it's already my shtick. Because I'm gonna get rid of this tomato, so.
Mm.
I'm gonna be very quick because I don't want to stay up pretty longer, which is why I'm behind the
You're
screen.
doing great.
I work for K1 Services. It was formerly known as Essential Leverage. It's transaction coordinating. So I handle communications from contract to close is what they call it. You go under contract, I will send everything to the title and lending, make sure all of your documents are compliant at all, compliance.
Bye at all times.
Client, all the things are taken care of, all your ABAs are where they need to be and who's doing what. I just wanna be essentially like a background support system for you. I don't wanna take over it for you. I'm not here to be your closing coordinator. I'm just here to save you time and take the burden off your shoulders of all the administrative things. So. And I'm also monitoring a lot of the timelines and deadlines so that you can be busy with all of your people and they can actually have you front and forward. And that I'm taking care of title if they need something really quick, right, last second. So, like that. Cool.
325, contact Sarah at essentialleverage.com
Yep,
to learn more.
yep, it's not a contract with me, it's just per transaction, however you guys need help. And then we do some compliance only if you guys want lesser of it, but just some more support.
Cool. Thanks, Sarah. Appreciate you. Lane is here. Yes, there he is.
Yeah, I'm here.
Did you get any golf ball to the back of the head.
No, I
I
didn't.
was sitting against the bench, hole one there, I'm playing with fire, if anyone picks the wrong color.
Yeah, I was actually thinking that, but the bench was cooler than the chair last year, so thanks to Mike, so that was actually prime sponsor seating, yeah, the tree. Yeah, the wind wasn't being super cooperative, but yeah, no, so it was actually pretty cool, yeah.
Thanks for doing it.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys having me, yeah, I didn't get hit, so yeah,
Good.
it's always nice. Yeah, great day. Hi, Ty Maley, APHW, if you don't know me, I think I know most of you guys in here, so I'm just gonna be brief, highlight a couple things today. One is our concierge agreement, so basically, we just wanna lighten your guys' load, so we're seeing in the concierge, they have a QR code or just a welcome link. The great thing about this is that way you don't have to answer any annoying questions about warranty anymore. We'll be the experts. We can do that for you guys. You can actually have that up to 2 weeks prior to closing. This is gonna be on the buy side. So yeah, if you have any warranties, and I think it's up to even 6 months of closing. So if you have some other deals that close with warranty, you can definitely get them enrolled. The idea is just to make sure we answer all their questions. You don't have to do that. We're even offering some claim service. So really just trying to take that burden off the agent, no additional fees or anything like that. So it's included with the purchase of any warranty or any deal that closes with that. So just make sure that if you have any, snag a flyer. I also have the digital versions if you'd rather have that. Distribute them to your clients as well too for future deals. So that way, you know, you just don't have to answer any questions. We can be the experts. They're gonna get calls throughout the year, answering those questions and also letting them know who their agent was too. So it's a nice thing for the brokerage and for the agent. The other thing I did want to address today is if you do close with a warranty, that being said, please enroll them in this. But there is an extra step to get paid. So, you know, I've encountered, you know, sometimes some confusion or maybe even some folks not knowing. So if you have a deal that closes with warranty, you are entitled to the $100. However, there is an additional step. That's going to be a data collection form and uploaded home inspection. The easiest is going to be the pre-recorded videos. We call them the welcome videos in our Real Pro website. That being said, you do need to register. In some cases, there's a glitch. If you go to that website, it won't let you if you're not in the system. So you can reach out to me. I can get you put in, get you access. It does make ordering a warranty easy. You can get your invoice over to title. So they'll appreciate that. So they're not scrounging for that or trying to hunt that down at the end. And then you can hit send. It's 4 mouse clicks. Literally, the video's already recorded, either listing and buy side. You hit send. They don't need to send it back. They don't need to watch it. They don't need to do anything. You don't need to do anything. So we literally remove the whole appliance stuff, all that extra piece. But there is something else that you have to do. Some folks were forgetting that they did need to do that RESPA compliant service. So that's that. I can get you registered up to speed with Real Pro. I'd love to do that. We also have virtual classes. So tomorrow, so there's a non-branded every Wednesday. I can get that link if 1 o'clock's better for you. Some people, some brokerages, they aren't, or market centers aren't as generous to their people. So some places don't get paid is what I'm kind of getting at, or maybe it's less than $100. So Tracy can't always answer that question or speak to that in the unbranded meeting if 1 o'clock's better for you. However, 3 o'clock is the legacy Zoom only for Real Pro training, which she would be able to talk about. So you know, please hop in there. Real Pro is definitely the easy way to deal with warranty, get your invoice, all that good stuff. She can get you up to speed. And then even if you are in Real Pro and you want to have some additional questions answered, she could do that too, or I can. So thanks everyone, appreciate it. If you have any questions, reach out.
Thanks, Ty. All right, Cassandra,
Okay.
we're doing a pumpkin patch giveaway.
We
It is the season. How many pumpkins do I get on my pumpkin patch experience?
I don't know. I feel like I use pumpkins we can get for $50. Okay.
Okay,
So-
I'm giving a $50 gift card to pumpkin patch.
Oh, that was the question?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what a pumpkin patch giveaway was.
Send help, we're awkward. Okay, so if you had a closing last month, does anybody need a pen? Please write down a number between 201 and 289. Yeah.
Sam, you better enter again.
Oh,
Come
my
on.
goodness. Oh, I know.
Yeah. Didn't you win last month? Zoomers, you may type in on Zoom. Amanda will monitor Zoom entries. This is for people who sold at least one home and. Price is right rules, don't go over. I do not recommend selecting 289.
Alright, does anybody else need to put our pen?
Write them down.
Read down or forever hold your face.
Okay,
Alright, spin the wheel, and it's closest without going over.
Amanda, we have entries on Zoom?
Yep.
Great. Close this without going over, cross it out, write one if you need to, here we go.
Big win.
No wins.
No way.
210. Who's down? 200. 206? That's good. Justin, can you verify Tara's, she crosses something out?
Anybody closer than 206?
Is Jammer's closer, Amanda?
Chris Olchin was 214, but he went over.
Red rules, Chris.
The spelling's it is, yeah.
Hey. Well deserved. No, you guys.
Yeah.
Good people. All right, just a few coming ups. Education Day in September. Gratitude to Caitlin, you're doing a fantastic job with Education Committee. Realtor Safety Month. So we have like cybersecurity and de-escalation tactics and negotiation tactics. There's all kinds of situational stuff, not just kung fu. On Thursday, September 18th, the event has been updated, though this graphic says the old date. We're doing Kyle Harrison, who's a rock star. He's a MAPS executive coach, really smart, kind of specialist in the wealth space, is doing a class called Master Your Money. That's a K1 class on Zoom, 2 o'clock, Thursday, September 18th. American Title Solutions is sponsoring our Core CE this fall. Fair Housing on September 30th, Core Law a week later, and Core Ethics just before Thanksgiving. So you can register individually for those, and those will be here at the Canton office. And then Culture Committee is hosting Trivia Night on Wednesday, October 22nd. This is Raising the Roof. Any themes that people need to brush up on? Any?
Erin and I have not discussed, but we will be doing different categories than last time.
Okay.
So whatever you were used to, we're switching it up.
I'm hearing medieval history.
Side, join us.
Bring us
Yes,
up.
bring us on. Lots of fun.
Thank you, Culture Committee. You guys are doing a fantastic job. And that's it. Oh, early.
Oh,
So
We're not making
grab some food. Talk trash to Cliff, who's wearing his Raiders jersey. They won. They won. They won. 1-0.
I get a lot of jerseys in here that long.
We're pretty too hard.